Everybody, welcome to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica season 2. In this episode, I'll be trying to siphon this IBC tote. Now, in this IBC tote, I have several guppies, right? And I have some very small filament barbs, along with some swordtail. Now, as you can see, I do not have a filtration system like in my Dempsey pond, right? I should be placing one in this pond in very short order, but not just as yet, right? I'm trying to see if I can install one that is suitable for the size fish. I do not want to put in a filtration system which will continuously take up the babies of these fish. So I'm going to siphon this pond, right? As I said in previous episode, in siphoning a pond, you put the hose into the water, right? Now, look at this, the end of this hose. You realize that this hose has a little fitting on it, right? Why this fitting is on it? Okay, this will be the hose. Alright, this is the fitting, right? This is made primarily for the purpose of irrigation, in which I got this from my garden store, in which I actually went and I showed you getting the pump and filtration system, right? Remember that episode previously. Okay, so I am going to be placing this hose, into this, right? Okay, now that this is there, and the reason for this is that this hose is going to go into the pond as far as possible. I might just change 50% of the water. I'm not sure. It depends, because it really takes a long while before it is actually siphoned because of the size of the hose, in which I don't really matter. It doesn't really matter to me. Right? So I am siphoning the hose. I'm siphoning the pond so as to get the water that is not really changed on a regular basis, right? So I'm going to be siphoning the water, and while I'm siphoning the water, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using the water that is actually being ejected from the pond to actually get my worm farm moist. And with regards to worm farm, I usually have a lot of visitors in which I do not want, such as ants, right, and frogs and lizards, right? But the worms actually comes up during the night to feast on whatever is there. What I try to do is to ensure that it is kept moist. So I'm going to be using the water from this IBC tote to keep it moist for a good while. It's rainy season ended, however we are still experiencing some amount of rain. These are some eggs from the ants, because they feel comfortable being that it is covered, and rainwater is not actually healthy. So I am feeding my fish in this IBC tote. Meanwhile it's being siphoned. I just want to show you my fish stock, so they get wild when they are being fed. And it's just a small percentage. They are going wild. The filament barb change their color I should say, change the pattern variation. So they look different. Filament barbs change the color variation, so they look different when they are actually fry, when they are juveniles, and when they are adults. Most persons know them when they are adults, but they look so pretty when they are juveniles. Look at the yellow with some stripes. They look somewhat like the elongated version of a tiger barb. I probably could even say they look like a panda barb or one of those barbs with stripes. So they have been fed. I don't want to overfeed them too much because algae is in the water, insects are in the water, and other things in which they can eat, microorganisms, exist in the water. Thus, throughout the entire day, they would actually browse. They would actually browse and keep themselves famished. So this is it. I hope that you actually learn something with regards to water changing, doing water change with your IBC tote without actually releasing the valve. Right? I do siphoning. I find that siphoning work even better than turning the valve and dropping the water, because the siphoning actually goes down to the core mess and actually remove it from the pond or tank. Because remember, not all mess becomes liquefied. Several mess within tanks and ponds remains as solid and end up choke the filtration system that you may have within your pond and tank. Thus the mixture of both siphoning and filtration system actually works. Although this is not a part of today's video, but this is my IBC tote for my plecker and my Jack Dempsey. All of these are waste that comes from this pond, right? At times I do siphon, but I mostly do water change, and I would have to rinse this container along with the sponge that is in it at least once a week, because I have a lot of waste. Right, one of my pleckers in here is like 12-13 inches. I know that pleckers produce a lot of waste, so you come back to siphoning. If I should practice siphoning and filtration, it would be very advantageous to the fish. Bye bye. Thank you for watching Fish Keeping Jamaica. Right, know that the container have been siphoned high at about 40-45%. What I'm doing now is to actually replace the water. I was planning to make it a 80% water change, but time will not allow me to do it today. I will have to do that probably the week before Christmas. But I am going to be trying as best as possible to do frequent water change with this until I've actually placed within it a pump, right, similar to the one that is in the tote, which houses the Jack Dempsey's. Thank you for making a Fish Keeping Jamaica. I will keep you up to date on this tank. As I said before, frequent water changes done with this. I have over about 300 filament barbs, about 50 swordtails, and about the same amount of guppies. So that's about nearly 500 fish in this pond. Probably next 2 months I'm gonna have to take out some, as they will go much bigger, and it will be really difficult for them to survive properly in this pond. Bye bye.